Okay, so magandang araw sa inyo, BM. Today, we're going to discuss about the different types of investment. So, nung nakaraan, we have discussed the introduction about the finance, wherein we were able to discuss the different objectives on how are we going to learn on our subjects of finance. Number one is to compare and contrast the different types of investment. And number two is measure and list ways to minimize or reduce investment risk in simple case. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the different types of investments. According to your module, I'm going to zoom this one. According to your module, there are various types of investments available to the average investors like you and, of course, me. So ranging from traditional investments such as stocks and bonds to more exotic types such as art collections, and to more speculative varieties such as bitcoins and among others. So guys, this section will discuss or will just focus on traditional investments like vehicles or so guys, this section will just focus on traditional investment vehicles, which are stocks, bonds, managed funds, and real estate. So now let's discuss the different types of investments. First one is a common stock. When we say common stock, this is a colloquially known as stock. Security that represents small pieces of ownership in a business that trades in a stock market. Ayan, yun po yung tinatawag natin na common stock. Okay? So, a stock market, just like any market, I'm going to highlight this one so you can see the definitions or the term. Ayan. So, a stock market, guys, just like any market, is a place where buyers and sellers congregate or trade goods. It is where they meet, okay, the stock market. Only this time, the goods are being traded are small pieces of ownership in a business called stocks. So, ang stocks, guys, nagko-compose yan or the stock markets is nagko-compose ng dalawa. First one is yung tinatawag natin na primary market, okay? And the second one is the secondary market. Remember that. Pag sinabi nating primary market, two types of stock market, ha? Pag sinabi nating primary market, this is where the businesses needing an additional financing in order to expand their operations. Kasi dito sila magbebenta, dito sila mag-i-invest. Okay? So, itong proseso na to tinatawag na initial public offering. Yan po yung primary market. So, this process of going public and listing on the exchange, after which is traded in the secondary market. When we say secondary market naman, guys, ito yung actual na ginagawa ng mga tao in order to sell. Kasi sa primary market, the business owners are initially marketing their products and kinakailangan nila dito ng finance or financing, wherein they are looking or allocating for other people to invest in their product or in their items. Sa secondary naman, this is actually the first thing that comes to the public mind when they see or hear the word stock market. Okay? Ayan po siya. Now, someone who invests in the stock of a business, ito ay tinatawag natin na stockholder or shareholder. Ulitin po ni ma'am, the definition of stockholder or shareholder are someone who invests in the stock of a business. Okay? They are considered as a part owner of the business because they invest their money to it. Okay? Nag-invest sila ng pera nila doon and then partially, nagkakaroon sila ng income, the dividends na tinatawag. Okay? Hindi man yan ganun kalaki, but eventually, nagkakaroon siya ng compound interest. Lumalaki po siya. Okay? Through time. So, kumikita sila ay through dividends, as I have said earlier. So, this part owner is entitled to portion of success of the business in the form of capital appreciation. So, yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na dividends or cash dividends. Now, capital appreciation happens when the current market price of investment in high stock is higher than its purchase price. Let's say someone is making money from their investments. So, yung capital appreciation, nangyayari ito kapag yung market price ng isang company or ng isang stocks ay tumataas. Okay? And then, making the investor money is processed if he chooses to sell or sell the stocks. Okay? Kapag tumaas ang price nito, nasa sa kanila na yan. Binibigyan sila ng choices. O ano, gusto nyo po bang ibenta yung stocks nyo? Or gusto nyo na i-keep? Diba? Next one, cash dividend payment. When we say cash dividend payment, this happens when the business pays out a portion of its earning to its stockholders. Meaning to say, the stockholders can get a cash dividends from their investments. Okay? So, historically, stocks have generated the highest return compared to the highest asset classes. So, the third richest person in the world has a net worth of 72.7 billion US dollars as of today. As of today, no? So, siya ay si Warren Buffett. Okay? So, they made most of his fortune, or he made his fortune solely by means of investing in the stock market. Ang ginagawa niya, tineturn niya yung kanyang $105,000 into 25 million in just 13 years. Tinurn niya yon in just 13 years, yung $105 niya. No? Ngayon dito sa Pilipinas, the Philippine stock market are measured by Philippine Stock Exchange Index or PSEI. Dati PSE lang yan eh. No? He posted a return of 11.71% from the period December 2006 to December 2014. While in the meantime, inflation's average up to 4.23% over the same period. So, but this higher stock market return comes with a catch. Mula noong December 2006 to December 2008, the Philippine stock market recorded a negative return of negative 20.76%. So, another fact to consider is that stock prices exchange or more a lot within a trading day. It is for this reason that stocks are described as volatile and therefore risky. Kaya merong mga nagse-sell out na ng kanilang mga stocks. Kasi tingin nila risky na kapag nag-negative 20.76 na. Okay? Now, here are some guidelines on sound stock market investing. Pag mag-invest kayo sa stock market, ito yung mga guidelines na pwede niyong sundin. First one is think of stock as pieces of businesses and not a chip in the casino. Lagi niyong tatandaan yung definition ng stock. No? It is an ownership in a business. Okay? Number 2, mag-invest lang kayo nung amount na kaya nyo. Para kahit magkaroon kayo ng losses, hindi nito maapektuhan yung daily life ninyo, yung pang-araw-araw nyo na pamumuhay. Kasi, alam nga naman mag-invest ka ng ganun kalaki, i-invest mo lahat ng meron ka, tapos aantayin mo na kumita to. So, sayang lang din. No? Invest only the amount of money na kaya mong i-afford. Para at least magkaroon man ng loss, hindi ka naaapektuhan or hindi apektado yung pang-araw-araw mo. 'Di ba? Lagi mong titingnan or always think that you are actually going to lose money kapag nag-invest ka. No? There are losses and there are gaining. 'Di ba? Pwede kang mag-gain, pwede kang mag-loss. So, yun yung lagi mong iisipin when you start investing in stock market. Guys, number 3 guideline, always identify and invest in superior businesses. I-identify nyo kung ano ba talaga yung business na may pinakamalaking potential na kumita ako sa stock market. Always make a research of the business and make questions about it. Pag-aralan yung mga annual reports nila, pag-aralan yung financial statements, diba? Because you need to know how it makes money. Yung products and services nila, paano ba nila to binibenta sa industry? Paano ba yung financial specialty nila? Paano ba yung level of debts nila? Nababayaran ba nila to? Diba? Yan po yung napaka-importante. Before you go through in investing, lagi niyong titingnan if dapat ba na mag-invest kayo sa business na yon. Okay? Number 4, do not touch what you do not understand. Hanggat hindi mo naiintindihan kung anong meron kay stock market, wag na wag kang mag-i-invest. Kasi, it will only sound like a scam sa'yo. 'Diba? Kung hindi mo naiintindihan kung anong meron kay investing or kung anong meron kay stock market, wag na wag kang mag-i-invest. Kaya nga sabi dito, do not touch what you do not understand. Okay? If you cannot understand the business after doing your research, then do not invest. Magiging scam lang yan sa inyo. Tama? Ito pa, number 5. Always value and price. Always look at the value and price. Diba? Magkaiba po kasi yan. Yung value at price. Diba? Sabi nga ni Warren Buffett, price is what you pay and value is what you get. Kaya kapag meron kang 2,000 na stock chip, is it inexpensive or inexpensive? Karamihan kasi sa mga tao, ang sagot nila sa 2,000 ay mahal yan. Pero ang totoong sagot pala talaga niyan, hindi natin alam. O at least, hindi natin talaga naiintindihan. So here's an analogy, no? Let's say for example, ang isang tao is weighing 230 pounds, fats or thin. Diba? So we cannot say kung hanggang kailan, no? Hindi tayo sigurado kung hanggang kailan o hanggang saan yung information na meron tayo sa tao na yan. Yung height niya, yung weight niya, ano ba yung ginagawa niya araw-araw, bakit ganun yung weight niya, diba? Ngayon, kung siya ay nasa 7'6" ang taas at naglalaro siya ng basketball, of course, para sa atin, kung titingnan natin, payat siya. Diba? So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Meaning to say, we do not just look at the price. Sabi nga the price is what you pay and the value is what you get. Anong makukuha mo kapag nagbayad ka ng ganitong halaga? Diba? May mga tao kasi na ang tinitingnan nila sa presyo ng isang produkto ay yung presyo mismo. Meron namang mga tao na okay lang sa kanila na magbayad sila ng ganong kalaking halaga because they are looking at the value. They are looking at the benefits na po pwede nilang mapakinabangan doon mismo sa bibilhin nila o sa babayaran nila. Kaya there are times that we cannot understand or we do not understand the difference between the value and the price. So always remember, the price is what you pay. Yan yung babayaran mo, 2,000, 3,000, 1,500, 200, 300. Pero yung value, ito yung makukuha mo after buying or paying the product. Got it? That's the guideline number 5. Now, how about the guidelines number 6? Buy those superior businesses only when they are cheap or during a crisis. No? Kapag naintindihan nyo na kung anong meron kay stock market at nakita nyo that you're going to or it will going to take off once it go cheap o bumaba, pwede mo siyang bilhin. Diba? Bumili ka lang sa stock market kapag bumaba ang presyo or nasa crisis na siya. Diba? Ulitin ko po. Buy those superior businesses kapag nasa crisis. Kasi bumababa ang price ng kanilang stocks. Okay? Be it a stock market crisis or financial crisis or economic crisis, yun ang titingnan mo. Bakit daw? Ito ang prinsipyo. Buy low, sell high. Nagets po? Buy low, sell high. Diba? Yun ang prinsipyo ng business. Kahit hindi naman sa stock market kahit sa iba't ibang klase ng product, kung meron kayong gustong ibenta, maghanap kayo ng mura. Pero quality pa rin. Mura at pwede mo pa yan ibenta. Okay, let's say for example ako, layo tayo ng konti kay stock market. Meron akong shop. No? Ayan na. Okay, so isa-share ko lang sa inyo. Meron akong shop, Rainbow Magic Party Needs and Services. Anong meron sa amin? We sell services like clown, magician, face painting, bubble show, puppet show. Aside from those services, meron din kaming merchandise. No? So, bumibili ako ng mga products sa mababang halaga. Party needs, party favors. Diba? And then, ibinibenta ko to ng tripling halaga. O, edi triple, doble ang aking, tubo. Diba? So, isa yan sa mga example, ha? So, bumibili ako ng cheap, anong tawag dito? Cheap price na product, and then ibinibenta ko triple ang presyo. Diba? That's one of the example ng buy low, sell high. Pero syempre, sinisigurado ko rin na upfront ang quality ng product kahit mura siya. Kasi guys, lagi niyong tatandaan that there are some products na hindi tayo sigurado na quality ito dahil sa mababang presyo. Diba? There are businesses or there are business owner na kaya bumababa yung presyo nila, binababaan din nila yung quality ng product nila. Madaling masira, 'di ba? Manipis yung or kukunti yung product o yung raw materials na ginamit para mabuo yung product, 'di ba? Example, yung mga chichirya dati, nakakabili kami ng piso isa, halos puno-puno na yung nasa lagayan. Pero ngayon, pag bumili ka ng chichirya na piso isa, pag inalog mo, lubo-lubo yung lubo-lubo no? Lumulobo or medyo lobo yung lagayan. Tapos, halos 10 pieces or 8 pieces lang ang laman. Diba? So, what's the difference? Same yung price, or maybe bumaba yung price, bumaba din ang quality ng product. Gets? So, always remember, buy low, sell high, but always check the quality of the product. Okay, there you go. That's the guidance number 6. Next, guidance number 7 naman tayo. Let the magic of compounding work by investing for the long term. Invest for the long term, which is measured by years, hindi araw, hindi months. Okay? Meaning to say, maniwala daw kayo doon sa tinatawag na compounding. Okay? Pag sinabing compounding, compound interest, lumalaki. Diba? Mula sa piso, naging 10 piso, naging 20, naging 30, naging 100, naging 1,000, naging 10,000, naging 100,000. That's compounding. Okay? So, maniwala kayo, kapag kayo ay mag-i-invest sa stock market, hindi po yan pang isang araw o pang buwan lang. Pang taon po yan. Okay? Hindi yung nag-invest ka ngayon, tapos, pag nakita mo na lumaki, pag nakita mo na kumita, i-withdraw mo kaagad. Hindi po ganun yun. Okay? So, kapag nag-stock market kayo, lagi po itong pangmatagalan. It's for long term po. Next, guidelines number 8 po. Buy some more of the stock if the price goes down after your initial purchase. No? Magdagdag ka pa. Bumili ka pa ng iba pang stocks kapag nakikita mong bumaba yung price. 'Di ba? Kung halimbawa ang stock ay 40 pesos, tapos biglang naging 20, magdagdag ka pa. Dahil kapag tumaas yan, automatic the interest will go up also. Got it? That's guidelines number 8. Okay, there you go. Number 9, do not put your eggs in one basket. Meaning to say, huwag kang mag-invest sa isa lang. No? Anong tawag sa practice na yan? Diversification. No? Pag sinabi nating diversification, safety mechanism that protect investors from magnifying the effect of their investing mistake. Yung let's say for example, nag-invest ka sa stock market ng isang company, tapos binigay mo lahat doon. Tapos kapag lugi ka din. For safety purposes, guys, gumamit kayo ng diversification. That's a safety mechanism. Kung saan, you put your egg in different type of market. Mag-invest ka sa iba't ibang klase ng, or mag-invest ka sa iba't ibang company. Diba? At least 15 stocks, pwede na. Diba? At least 5 stocks, 10 stocks, pwede na. Malugi man ang isa, hindi ka talo. Kasi meron pang iba. Gets? So, do not put your eggs in one basket. Do not just give it all in one stocks. Kasi, pag nalugi yan, lugi ka din. Okay, there you go. Now let's go to guidelines number 10. Kapag tumaas ng 50% ang gain ng stock mo, that is the time that you need to sell your stock. Diba? Pero sometimes umaabot pa yan ng 3 years. Guys, umaabot ng 3 years yan. So, this is taken from the playbook of Benjamin Graham. a successful stock investor and Buffett's mentor. Okay? So, ganun lang yan, guys. Kapag nakita niya na, oy, tumaas, nag-50% ang gain ng stock na ininvestan ko, ibenta mo na yan. Pero guys, always look at the time or the timeline that you do the investment. Pakasin mo muna siya. Diba, patagalin. Kasi, kagaya nga ng binanggit natin sa sumunod na, o sa nakaraan natin na, anong tawag dito? Na guidelines na nabanggit, no? Stock market investing is for long term. Hindi yan pang isang buwan, pang isang araw, pang 3 araw, pang 3 linggo lang. No? Next, number 11. Number 11, do not invest in IPOs without reviewing it. Pag sinabi nating initial public offering, no, or IPO, that's initial public offering. Kapag nakita mo na, oy, bago pa lang to, huwag kang basta-basta i-invest. Kasi minsan, ang bago pa lang, no, ang bago pa lang na ipinapakilala sa public, minsan nag-overpricing yan. No? So, always look at the reviews, always look at their, the information before investing. Most especially the IPOs. Kasi sometimes nag-overprice po sila. So, do your homework and review before investing. Okay? Next one. Tapos na tayo sa stock market or sa stocks. Now, let's proceed with the bonds. Pag sinabi nating bonds, kapag ang stock has a historical generated the highest return compared to other asset classes, then one may question the use of investing in bonds. Ang sagot, safety of principal or capital and cash flow. Yun po yung bonds na tinatawag. Meaning to say, after you invest sa stock market, syempre, kumita ka na eh. Tatanungin mo naman ngayon ng sarili mo, oh, kumita na ako, saan ko naman kaya pwedeng gamitin to? That is the time that you can invest naman kay bonds. Si bonds, guys, this is a safety of principal or capital. Pwede rin itong maging cash flow. So, imagine you are reviewing a fixed amount of money every few months without working or lifting a finger. Then after some time, you get back the amount you invest in it. Diba? So, such is the benefit of investing in bonds. No, ganun daw ang nangyayari. Pag nag-invest ka kay bonds, kahit hindi mo ginagalaw, kahit hindi ka nagbabay, nagsisell, kumikita ka pa rin. Okay? Now, what is the other definition of bond? A bond is a security that represents the debt of a government or business promising to pay a fixed interest to the holder of the bond for a definite period of time. Let's say, for example, nag-invest ka kay sa government agencies. That's a bond. No? So, parang naging utang nila sa'yo yan, pero may interest. Definitely, pag nag-invest ka sa bond or government bond, definitely gagamitin nila yan sa business. Papaikutin nila yan. And then they will make a promise that you will be paid with an interest for a period of time. Let's say for example, nag-invest ka ng 5,000. So every month, nagkakaroon yan ng 10% to 12% interest. Okay. Now, from the above definition, it is clear that a bond is a debt security. Pautang. Parang pautang mo yan. Pero ang pinagkaiba nito, ang stock is an ownership or equity security naman. Yun ang pagkakaiba nilang dalawa. Ulitin ko po, what is the difference between the bond? Ang bond, debt security. Ito yung sigurado na nagpautang ka, tapos mayroong kapalit na interest. You will be paid an interest, okay, for a period of time. Ang stock naman, ownership mo to sa isang company kung saan ang kinikita mo, dividends. Okay? Let's say, for example, dividends of 10%, 12%, mga ganon. Now, debt is prioritized over equity. Bakit daw? Because the business has to prioritize paying off yung utang nila kay holders. Diba? Mula sa mga na-generate nila na income. Let's say, for example, ako. Ako kasi, guys, tinuturuan ko yung anak ko na mag-invest. Paano yun? Paano po yung investing, ma'am? Anak ko, itinuro ko sa kanya yung, anak, pautangin mo ko ng 1,000. Yung 1,000 na yan, gagamitin ko sa shop, paiikutin ko, and then every day, tutubo yan ng 10%. Magkano ang 10% ng 1,000? 100. So every day, meron siyang kinikitang 100. Na-gets nyo? Yung 100 na yon, kasama pa yun doon sa utang ko sa kanya, umiikot, every day lumalaki. Nagigets po ba? So, parang nag-invest na rin siya sa bond. Okay? Sa government, ganun din po. Yung mga government agencies like SSS, Pag-ibig, yan. O pwede po kayong mag-invest po dyan. Diba yung, so, a critical implications here is that if you are a bondholder, the government or a business is initially or essentially guaranteeing that you will get your money back. Bakit? Kasi sisiguraduhin nilang mababayaran ka. Diba? Kasi utang nila sa inyo yan. Of course, may regular interest payment po yun. Okay? Ano yung regular interest payment na yun? Anong tawag doon? Ang tawag doon, guys, ay coupon. Okay? Now, ang pagkakaiba niyan, kapag ikaw ay stockholder, hindi ka hindi ka nakakasigurado na walang guarantee nakikita ka. Bakit? Kapag nalugi ang kumpanya, lugi ka din. Unlike kay bond, kahit malugi ang kumpanya, diba, kahit hanggang sa malugi ang kumpanya, may kinikita ka pa rin. Ayan. Next one. Bago ka mag-invest sa bond, okay? These are the instructive to define some terminologies, no, that are unique and important for bond investing. Okay. Number 1, bond user. Ang tawag natin sa bond user, guys, they are the borrower. Investor, they are called lender. The coupon or coupon rate, these are the interest rate. Mostly, these are 10%, 5%, 12%. Doon siya naglalaro. Okay? Now, the term and tenure. It is the time that it takes for all payments to be made by the user and received by the lender. Okay? Ito yung, let's say for example, you will invest at, ito ay kikita ka ng 12% in 1 year. After 1 year, tapos na yung term mo, no, yung panahon ng investment mo, pwede mo na ngayon makuha yung payment mo. Okay? Yung na-paid mo. Tapos marireceive din naman to ni lender. Next, number 5. The face value, the principal or par value. Ito naman yung borrowed amount. Okay? Ito naman yung inutang sa'yo. Diba? Next one. Bills. When we say bills, it is a debt security that matures in year or less. Yun yung bills, babayaran. Okay? Bonds. Debt security that matures after a year or more. Yan. So, depende sa term yan. No? Kung kikita ka monthly or maiipon siya in a year. Next one, bond is a debt security that matures a year or after a year or more. Treasury, a term that signifies the debt security that is issued by the government. And lastly, yield. When we say yield, it is a return that you would expect if you hold the bond for a year and is expressed by percentage. Okay. Now, generally speaking, bond can come into 2 types, guys. Ano yung 2 types of bonds? 2 types of bonds, government bond and corporate bond. Okay, what are the definition of this? Pag sinabi natin government bond, it is known as a treasury bond that is issued by the government. Okay? So, yung corporate bond naman, these are issued by the business. Yun po yung pagkakaiba nila. Now, there are 3 types of debt security. Ano daw yung 3 types of debt security? Alamin natin. First one is the short-term treasury bill. Umaabot ito ng 91, 182, and 364 days. 1 year. Ang fixed rate treasury note naman, or FXTN, 5 days, 7 days, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 to 25 years. How about the retail treasury bond, or RTB? Remember po the initials, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years to 20 years. Okay? Now, all of the above are dominated in the Philippine pesos and are fully guaranteed by the government or Philippine government. Okay. Now, here are the guidelines on sound bond investing. First one, identify and invest in stable government. No? Tingnan nyo muna bago kayo mag-invest sa bond. Stable ba ito? Diba? Always make a research about the economic growth, the fiscal situation, and debt to GDP, gross domestic product ratio of government in question. Mag-invest ka lang kapag nakita mong stable to. Kasi kapag hindi, I do not. Lugi sila, lugi ka din. Lagi nyong i-consider yan. Okay? Next one, number 2. Identify and invest in superior businesses only. Make a research. Parang kagaya lang din yan ng stocks. Study the annual reports. Study the financial statements. Kailangan alam mo kung paano sila kumikita ng pera. Ano yung mga products and services na binibenta nila. Diba? In what industry they belong to. Diba? Ano yung financial statements na meron nito? Diba? Alamin ninyo yung mga credits or credit rating nila. Mag-invest ka lang dito kapag nakita mo na yung rate of investment nila ay mataas. Pero kapag nakita mong mababa, meaning to say may mali. Okay? That's it for guidelines number 2. How about number 3? Pay attention to the issuer's credit rating. Bakit? Kasi, lagi natin, yung alam niyo sa survey, di ba? Kahit naman kapag o-order tayo sa online, lagi tayong nakabase sa rating. Lagi tayong nakabase sa reviews. Kapag bad reviews, meaning to say, there is a problem with the company. There is a problem with the government agency. Now, do not invest. Bakit? Kasi baka maapektuhan ka pa. Diba? Yung rating ng rating nila. Baka kaya may negative rating sila, it's because they have a bad debt. Diba? Number 4, always hold the bond for the whole duration of the term. Though it is graded daily, just like stocks, lagi mong tatandaan na kapag nag-invest ka sa bond, ang unang-una mong gagawin, o ang unang-una mong titingnan, okay, so going back to our topic, guidelines number 4, always hold the bond for the whole duration of term. Okay? Although bonds are traded daily, kagaya ng stocks, lagi niyong tatandaan na kapag nag-invest kayo sa bonds, yung unang-unang dapat niyong ginagawa is to have what? To have a cash flow and of course, a safety of your capital. Okay? Pwede niyong iwanan or pwede kayong umalis sa trading or pwedeng hayaan niyo lang yung bangko ang gumawa ng trading para sa inyo. Pwedeng yung mga professional bond traders, pwede yung gumawa nito para sa inyo. Pero always look at the security. Hindi kayo dapat mawalan ng capital, hindi rin kayo dapat mawalan ng cash flow. Sabi nga, diba, do not put your egg in one basket. Huwag niyong ilalahat. Okay? So, bonds are normally out of reach for the average Philippine investor because they are typically pricey. Umaabot ito ng hundreds of thousands. Kaya, kumbaga, mas nagre-rely tayo kay stocks kaysa kay bonds. Pero, it is an exceptional. Diba? Merong isa dito na medyo mababa. Let's say, for example, yung RTBI. When we say RTBI, umaabot lang yung acquired minimum nito ng up to 5,000, yung minimum. So, dyan, pwede kayong mag-invest sa bond na yan. Mas mababa. Yan. Okay, so now, tapos na tayo kay stocks, kay bonds. Let us now proceed with managed funds. Pag sinabi nating managed funds, if the research companies is not your thing, no, you can still make money work for you by investing in managed funds. Pag sinabi nating managed funds, these are the companies or trust funds that pool money from various investors through a fund manager. So, invest the collected money in stocks, bonds, or a combination of various investments. Dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga managed funds, pwede yung maging mutual fund, unit investment trust fund, or UITF. Sa Pag-ibig, meron din po yan. Okay? So, both mutual fund and UITF are classified as follows. Pwede yung maging equity fund, bond fund, also known as fixed income fund and income fund. Okay? Balance fund or money market fund. So, an equity fund invests primarily in stocks, while a bond fund invests primarily in bonds. On the other hand, a balanced fund invests in a combination of stocks and bonds. So the money market fund invests primarily in a short-term security, no, representing high-quality liquid debt and monetary instruments. So yung mutual fund, kinaklasify ito as a corporation being regulated by Philippine Security and Exchange Commission or SEC, no? And any investor, no, ng mutual fund, pwede silang bumili ng shares nila with their mutual fund. Siyempre, kailangan pa rin i-consider sila as a stockholder. They have the same right as the shareholder of ordinary company except preemptive rights. Okay, there you go. Now, here are some guidelines on sound managed fund investing. First one, you need to look at the long-term track record of the fund. Pwede nyong i-check yung 3 years or 5 years performance nito. Kasi, kapag hindi nyo yung chinek, baka magkamali kayo ng investment. Okay? So, lugi ka. Lugi sila, lugi ka rin. Yan po yun. And then, always read the fund prospectus or yung tinatawag na Declaration of Trust ng UITF. Always read the fund prospectus kung mag-invest ka sa mutual fund. And then, Declaration of Trust naman para sa UITF. Para makita mo kung naka-align ba to sa objective mo sa pag-i-invest. Okay? Now, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng prospectus, guys? Pag sinabi natin prospectus, ito yung mga documents na nagko-contain ng information ng objectives, policies ng funds, strategy of fund manager, ano yung mga investment risks, diba? Ayan po. Okay, so going back tayo, may tumawag kay ma'am, no? Okay, so going back with our topic, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng prospectus? When we say prospectus, guys, it is a document that contains the information on the objectives and policies of fund. Ano yung mga strategies ng fund manager? Ano yung mga investment risks na pwede mong ma-encounter? And then, next one is you need to see a declaration of trust. Always look at the plan. Okay? The simplified plan. It also contains the same information regarding the unit investment trust fund, and be sure to understand these documents bago ka mag-invest. Kasi kapag hindi mo yan naintindihan tapos nag-invest ka, oh my God, baka malugi ka lang and it will only sound scam para sa'yo. Sabi nga, do not touch what you do not understand. Diba? Okay, going to the next one. Okay, so hanggang dyan na lang po muna yung topic natin, no? About our lesson sa different types of investment. Okay, what are the different types of investment? Again, these are the stocks or common stocks. Number 2 is the bond. And number 3 is, what is number 3? Managed funds. Okay, there you go. If you have any questions with the topic, you can ask ma'am directly. And for your activities, magsasend na lang po ako sa ating GC. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching our lessons. Hope you have a good day and ciao, bye.